today's live stream, I have a messy kitchen, and I mean a very messy kitchen. So I thought I would bring you along and let you wash dishes with me. So when I say I've got a messy kitchen, if you look over here, I've got a bunch of dishes that have been over there. And one of the things that I'll do, if things get to be quite a bit of a mess, what I'll do is I will stack them up. I will assemble them so that I'm not overwhelmed. So I stack them all up. And let me bring you just a little bit closer so you can see that. So I stack them all up in this container here. I got my pots right here. So this way my sink is clean. I can get to the sink and then I can get to my dishwasher as well. So let's see who joined me. And hey, Jean, it's good to have you here. And you know what? I got dishes to clean up. So I thought, what the heck? I'll just bring you guys along while I do that. And you know, I like to have company when I'm washing dishes, when I'm cleaning in my kitchen, when I'm doing different things like that. So, because when I do, it just seems to make the work go that much quicker. So, I'm cleaning some stuff up. And then some of these things are going in the dishwasher. And whereas I have pretty much stopped washing my dishes, when I wash my dishes, some of this has some kind of settled stuff that needs to be at least wiped out before they go into the dishwasher. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to wipe those out real quick. And I must say, I am so glad I've got my new dishwasher. And who's here? Oh, Nina. Hey, hello. I'm glad you guys are there. Yeah, it just makes it so much easier when you've got company. So Jean said she bought a rotisserie chicken cold, so it was $10. Hot ones were hot. Oh gosh, hot ones were $15. She made an awesome chicken salad sandwich, and she's going to use some of my suggestions from making the other meals. Great. And then Melinda said she likes my videos. Well, Melinda, I'm glad you do. So I am going to go ahead and start getting some of these things in my dishwasher. Oh wait, I had cream of wheat in a couple of these bowls. And I will admit, I did rinse them out and let them sit, but things got away from me last night. So, and I was going to actually do a video. I was going to do a video and just kind of let the video show how I clean everything up. And then I thought, you know what? I don't have time to do that today. I don't have time to edit an extra video. I've got things already planned to do. So I thought, okay, I'll just bring everyone along with me and they can just chat with me while I clean up. So that will go. So today, I made a trip out to the farmer's market. And I had chicken gnocchi soup for lunch. I made chicken gnocchi soup last week. And when I did, you know, that served 6 to 8. So I put some of it in the freezer, in this freezer container, and I got that out, and that is what we had for lunch. But what I wanted you guys to see, sorry, noisy. to see was how organizing things into larger containers will help you get things cleaned up a little bit quicker. And since I've got my new dishwasher, I have not been washing my dishes before I wash my dishes quite as much. I've not been doing that. However, with the way some of these are, I'm thinking they probably do need a little bit of extra attention before they go in there. Because sometimes, oh, and look, I got a new dishwashing liquid. This is the J.R. Watkins Dish Soap Foam and Spray, and it is the lemon scent, and I can really get a strong smell of lemon when I use it. So these are my spurtles, and they can't go in the dishwasher. You don't put your wooden utensils in the dishwasher, or your wooden spoons. So those are going to just go right up there on that little thing. So Nina, how you doing? How's your garden coming along? I saw you and the family were working on getting those things planted. So how are you doing? How are you coming with that? I don't know what this was out for. I can't imagine what we were doing with this. I'm going to get that in the dishwasher. That in there. We always seem to have so many spoons. So tell me, do you guys have a lot of spoons when your family eats? We seem to have twice as many spoons as we have forks and knives and other things. So yeah, I'm just curious as to what people have. Oh, and then one thing, remember, when you put them in your dishwasher, you don't want to just nest all of them in together if you can avoid it. You want to try to, what you want to try to do is mix the forks and knives and spoons together so that they're not nesting in there. So now this has dried, I can get it put away. And one of the things that do help me get started is when I put my apron on. It's like when I put the apron on, it's like, okay, Denise, you're getting down to business, so let's get this done. And I wasn't going to show this, you know, I was just going to go ahead and clean it up. Then I thought, let me do a video. Then I thought, nope, I'm going to go live because I was thinking nobody wants to see that. But my friend Stephanie said people might want to see it. So now there's some things that I don't put in the dishwasher, like some of my bowls. Especially my large ones. Some of them I just don't. I just prefer not to. I had a couple things break once in the dishwasher, and maybe it's because it was on the bottom rack. You know, the bottom rack is more aggressive than the upper rack. But since it was glass, I thought, you know, I just won't put those in there. Now this can go in. Yeah, this can go in. It's dishwasher safe. And you know, I've been starting to put my pots in the dishwasher. It's kind of new for me because you guys know before I just didn't do that. So that one can go in. We got a lot of plasticware today, it seems. I don't know. But I have too many pots to try to put in there today. So these pots are going to get washed out by hand. And I'm sure that's our typical robocall. Let me look just in case it's a family member. husband calling. Now he's outside. Why is he calling me? I do not know. There we go. So I am sorry that you guys are buffering like that. So my husband was calling me. He's outside sitting on the porch. I'm like, why is he calling me? So I go to see what he wants. And he's sitting on the porch, drinking a beer, relaxing. And Archie, our cat, is sitting in the chair next to him, just sitting there relaxing. And Archie, our cat, is sitting in the chair next to him, just sitting there relaxing. He wanted me to see the cat. I'm thinking maybe something has happened, but nope. So, sorry. And then, of course, when the phone rings, it causes buffering. So I had a pretty good day today. One of the things I did was we went to a farmer's market this morning. So I was very excited about that. So what did you guys do today? Let me know. What's been going on? What are you guys having for dinner? We're going to have turkey tacos for dinner. We made turkey tenderloins the other day. And I've got some left over. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to have this Taco Tuesday. So I'm going to make some turkey tacos. And that's a way to use up some stuff that I've got. So I used up a lot of pots the other day when I was doing some things in the kitchen, and by the time I was done, I was exhausted. So I just set them all aside and thought, I'll take care of them tomorrow. Now, when I was a girl, that wouldn't work. There was no way my mom was letting dishes sit in the sink. However, I thought, you know, I get to decide what sits in the sink here or not. So let's see, what are you guys doing? So what are you guys having? Laundromat, grocery store. I am full from one chicken sandwich, so I won't eat dinner. Yeah, well, we had the chicken gnocchi soup for lunch. And it was pretty hearty, so I'll just make the turkey tacos. And, you know, that won't be real heavy. And you know what? As I think about it, I might just do turkey rice bowls because there's some rice left over from Sunday. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll have turkey rice bowls, or you can put the rice on the taco. I'll let him decide how he wants to handle that. But that's what we'll do. So yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I was really excited when we came back from the farmer's market. A little disappointed because I didn't see as much stuff as I thought I would see, but it is still just a little bit early in our area. And, you know, I'm working on a video for Saturday, so you guys will see all of that coming up. But I just got to get things done. But still, we had a good time. It was a lot of fun. And so I picked up some good plants and things that I can start planting my herb garden. And I was going to try to plant a few things tonight, but I think I should probably wait tomorrow morning early when I'm fresh and not tired from other things. So Jean's going to make, she's going to make chicken tacos tomorrow. That sounds good. I like chicken tacos, actually. Hey, I'm coming along pretty good. Doing pretty good. And you know, it just helps to have somebody to chat with while you're working. I know when I was a girl at home, you know, I had my sisters. There were always my sisters there when we were doing work. So if we were folding laundry or anything like that, these can go in the dishwasher. There was always somebody to talk to or chat with while you were working. Okay, so that's in there. And let's get this. I'm moving pretty quick though, huh? Let's get some water in this so that it can be getting soft. So that's one thing I like to do is, like I will, if I've got something that's kind of crusty, I'll put water in it, run some water along the sides of that like that, so there's water all the way around to let it start to soften up. And while that's sitting there, I'll get this stuff cleaned up. And you know, sometimes I don't mind hand washing dishes because it can be very, very therapeutic. You know, it's just quiet and calm. You're trying to just sit here washing dishes, that kind of thing. So that can work out okay. But the amount of stuff that I had sitting in here, I'm like, no, it's going in the dishwasher. Definitely going in the dishwasher. So I'm loving the smell of this new to me, Watkins dishwashing liquid. My husband says I'm noisy, so I apologize for that. One thing that is definitely true, I am definitely noisy. Okay, let's see. Heather Smether. She says she often chats with her mom while she's cleaning and tidying up. Yeah, sometimes like I'll call my sister and see what she's doing, or my daughter, she'll call me on her way home from work. So sometimes I'll find something to do, like maybe I'll start doing something in the kitchen while I'm chatting with her. So, okay, this is a little stock pot that I picked up at a thrift shop. I think I paid like $8 for it. I had to bid for it. No, it was $15. It was $15 because I had to bid on it. Took me a couple weeks to get it, but you know, I did, and I like it. I don't use it probably as much as I should, and it's white, so sometimes it does stain. I cooked something orange in it. I think I might have made apple jelly or apple jam or something that was orange colored in it, and it stained it a little bit, so I need to work on that. And this is a taller stock pot. I think I got this at like Walmart or somewhere like that, but you know, it's not one of those real expensive ones, but it's something that I use quite a bit. So if I'm going to make chicken broth on top of the stove, then I'll use this and then just let it simmer for a while. And that, you know, works out just fine. So let me get this put away. Clang, clang, clang. Now we'll get this one put away. Okay. And then I'll get these put away. And you know, whenever my husband does dishes, it's like search and sees. He puts things where he thinks they go. I put things where I know they go. So let me get these put away. dried up very well. Heather, what are you doing today? Inquiring minds want to know. Now let's get this over here in the sink. I'm going to push this down just a little bit. Could probably turn the coffee pot off. And then now we'll get this washed out. So just running a little water around the sides of this has allowed the debris on this pot to just kind of soften up a little bit, so it'll come off. And then I like being able to spray the dishwashing liquid right in there. It gives it a nice little, good little shot. And it's coming off easily. So, and it smells so good. So I encourage you guys to try it. I just kind of wanted something different for spring. You know, I typically use the same stuff all the time. I use the same stuff all the time. And then I've been watching some new creators. Like I've been watching Life with the Hoods. That's a nice little family and enjoying what their family does when they go shopping. I've been watching La Chirico at home. And then Trey Michelle. And then of course Miss Leona. I've been watching Miss Leona, and she's always trying some new things or telling me about some new stuff. So I thought, let me just try a new dishwashing liquid for spring. So that's what I decided to do, and I am loving the citrus scent. Okay, that looks pretty good. Got this all cleaned up now. I'll bring it over here and I can dry it out, but I'm looking at who's here. Natasha Kemp, hello. So Heather says just regular stuff. Hubby is working in the kitchen sink, so not in the kitchen right now. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't get something off right there. You know, you think you got everything off of there, and then when you run your hands along the side, sometimes you feel something that you might have missed. Okay, there we go. All right. I tell you guys what though, I am loving my new dishwasher. I run that dishwasher every night. Now, it's typically full because we use a lot of dishes. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you have dishes for each one of those meals. And I would usually just rinse them and stack them in the dishwasher so that when I'm ready to run the dishwasher, they're fine. If I don't run it that night, then I might run it the next day. And add the extra dishes from that. So one of the things that I learned though is that supposedly you use more water when you wash them by hand. Now, whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. I've not seen the science on that, but I have heard that on one of the commercials. So now it wasn't commercial, so you gotta take that with a grain of salt. But then it was a dishwasher commercial. So, you'd expect them to say that too. So, but it was saying that you really don't save any water, but I do certainly save a lot of time. Because if I would have had to hand wash all that stuff that I put in the dishwasher, oh my goodness. And with my new dishwasher, things have been coming out pretty clean. I have not had any problems. I think my biggest adjustment was learning to set the cycle, like how long the cycle and what different things I wanted to run. That was probably my biggest challenge was that. Huh. You guys see how quick I cleaned all that up? Now, in case you're wondering, this is my lovely, lovely little turkey roaster that my sister from another mister gave me. And I've got it all cleaned up now, so I will get it put away. I just set it in the other room for now because hubby's going to have to take care of that. I keep it in a place that's a little bit difficult for me to get to. So he'll put that away for me. And then the next time I want to use it, I will have it available. Yes, thank you guys for joining me. I got this done so quick. Oh, let me show you what I got here in the windowsill. So I used some green onions yesterday, and so I put these in some water, and look how long the root is getting. And look already, right from the top, you can see a little bit of a stem coming up. So I'm going to plant that today. Okay. Okay, so I got this all cleaned up and done. So now let's talk about how I managed to do this so quickly. Let's talk about the tips for if your kitchen's a mess, you got dishes everywhere, what do you want to do? The first thing you want to do is put your apron on. Your apron is your cape, it's your superpowers, and it says you're about to get down to business. So step number one is put your apron on. Step number two is to organize the chaos. So you saw that I organized the dishes by using that large turkey roaster, and I just kind of piled things in that, stacked up the pots and pans on the other counter, and then got the sink cleared out and got this counter cleared off so that I had a place to work. So that way I could work here, and then I just took things out gradually, rinsed off the things that was going to go into the dishwasher, hand washed the things that needed to be hand washed the pots and pans. Oh, soak the pots and pans, put a little bit of water in them to soak them a little bit. Got those soaked so that they could be softening it up while I was doing other things, and then wash those last. And so now everything is put away. I still got water over here. So everything is all cleaned up. I can get that reset. Now these are dirty. So these will be going into the laundry. I had a couple dish towels out. So all of this is going to go into the laundry with my kitchen towels. And I have to tell you, I use a lot of kitchen towels. My daughter, it drives her crazy. She's like, Mom, you've got out 6 dish towels. Why? I don't know. That's just how I work. If the towel gets a little damp or wet, I get a new one. If I see that my husband has grabbed that towel and wiped up the counter or something with it, I pitch that one and I get another one. I use a lot of kitchen towels, but that's what they're for, to be used in my kitchen. So, yes, so now they're quick. So now all I got to do is put in the dish soap. And the dishwasher recommends Cascade. You know, that's what came with it, and that's what's on it. So I figure if that's what they recommend, that's what I can use. And that's what I've been using, and it does a great job. Can't complain about it. So now I'm going to make those turkey tacos for dinner. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I did that. And Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness is here. He cooks us some great stuff over there on his channel, so be sure to check him out. And hi, Dee said she uses a lot of dish towels too. See, Dee, we're named twins for a reason. So yeah, I don't know. They get wet or you wipe the wrong thing on them. I got to get it clean. So thank you guys again so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And, oh, wait a minute. What did you say there? Okay, Ella, yeah, join me and Miss Lona tomorrow. And then Jean says she's watched videos about kitchen scrap gardens. Awesome. Yeah, I learned that from my friend Mary at Mary's Nest. I didn't know that before, but you know, it works out. And you guys be sure and check out Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. He's got a lovely channel that he's growing, as well as my friend that was on here a minute ago, Life with the Hoods. It's a young family and they do some fun things, so be sure and join them. Let's see who else is here that I know. Oh, and then D Lovely Life, you want to check out her channel. And Natasha, a huge collection of dish towels. I ain't mad at you because I do too. I love dish towels. And I will check you guys out tomorrow. Whether I'm going live again or not, I don't know. Like this time, I was, like I said, I was just getting ready to wash the dishes and I thought, let me just have a little company while I'm washing dishes. So thank you guys for joining me. And I'm starting to ramble, so I will see you guys another time. Bye.